Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi, 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 hi. Yes, I have arrived at last. I'm here. Hello, please. Good morning. And we're trauma bonding. Good morning, Razor Kun. Good morning, LDTGX. How are you? How are you? Wow. Yeah, we're trauma bonding today. That's the plan. That's the itinerary. But first, I want to talk about the most interesting thing I saw or heard today. And uh yeah, I guess I'm judging myself because I wish I had seen more. I'm actually awake. Let's go. Hi, Sugarloaf. Hi, Jin. Good meowing. Oh, I'm embarrassed now. Hi, Lee. What up? Also, Lee, it's not Monday. It's Thursday. I was a little confused by the litter box. I was hanging out in the litter box today for several hours. Thank you to the ones who were in there and, helped me do my thing. But I'm gonna try to be in the litter box a little bit more often, at least every day, at least once a day. I'm no longer a pickle. What happens after pickling? Wait. What is wait? You're no longer a pickle. It's Therapy Thursday and the anniversary of Timmy. Timmy, no! We don't talk about Timmy in these parts. Just kidding. Timmy passed away. It was a terrible accident. It's an ironic gif that me and my friends send to each other any time of the day. Any day of the week. Oh, Pickaloth. Oh, you were a Pickaloth, and now you're a Sugarloth. What's a Shuggle? What's a Shuggle? Pickle. LDTGX. They turned Moon into a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Who turned who into what? What? But yeah, this is my new vow to you. I'll be in the Discord. Periodically. I realized I can't leave you kittens unsupervised. So I'll be there. What happens after pickling? Maybe a sig then sleep. I'm really confused. I think I need an adult. I'm not sure what that means. I'm in the litter box in spirit. Yeah. Honestly, it's great. We have cat pics. It's yeah. Oh, my brain. I feel like I'm having an aneurysm, but not actually. I don't remember words. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I wanted to talk about something interesting I saw on Reddit this morning. So I'm really trying to wean myself off of Reddit because, like crack, it has me very addicted. But I woke up 30 minutes before my alarm, so I gave myself permission to browse for 30 minutes and like not and yeah, make myself angry by looking at rage bait. But instead of rage bait, I did come across something interesting, and it was someone who took a screenshot of the map of Central Asia, and I think the post was something to the effect of, why are these countries never in the news? Like, why does no one care about these Central Asian countries? And I thought to myself, what even is Central Asia? And they're countries like Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, and I don't know how to say the other ones, but there's like a bunch of them. There's like a handful of them. And unfortunately for you, I can't tell you all that I learned, but it definitely was an interesting read. It was definitely the most interesting thing I stumbled upon all day. And that just lets you know that my day kind of went downhill from there. No, I had a good day. I just didn't have an interesting day. Wah. Good. Reddit bad. Yeah, I see you still posting safer word pics of anime couples on Reddit. Nothing happens in those countries. They neighbor us. Stanland. Hi, Eve. My name already got super roasted. I can tell you, Shuggle doesn't mean shit huggles. Sugarloth. It means, what else begins with sh? Sugar, but that's not how you spell sugar. I gotta think about it more. They got some racial and terrorism issues for sure, but it's all civil. Yeah, and by civil, I mean it's not international. Ah, got you. Like it's like local. Or their terrorism is local. Between, amongst each other, not between different countries. Also, it seems like, oh, one of the interesting comments I read on there was about like a really wealthy college student from one of those countries who like would buy these very expensive fancy sports cars, um and one day he just like disappeared from a university in the US and he went back home, and then the person who was writing who was writing the comment mentioned that they had Googled his name and it turned out he like killed a bunch of people from like street racing with his fancy cars, and he just like came to visit a US university while his parents dealt with it and swept it under the rug for him, more or less. So that's good. It's good to know. Capitalism at its finest. When you're powerful, when you have money, they just let you get away with anything. You can grab them by the pussy. Wait, what? Anyway, we'll workshop it. Shun the non-believers. Being vulnerable is never the solution. Shut everyone out and isolate, says Eve. Don't take advice from 14-year-olds on the internet. By the way. Good meowing, Jackie. Moon, no. That's why we don't talk about those countries. A crime with a fine is a price for the rich, right? Speaking of, everyone saw that, oh, what is the acronym? MKDBH. What is his, what is that YouTuber? Marcus Brownlee. I don't really watch much of his stuff, but I know he's in hot water. The internet is mad at him for speeding in a school zone in his Lamborghini because he's very wealthy. I think that's really why they're angry. I don't think they're angry because of how fast he was going. I think nobody fucking cares. I think it's just that they're angry because he's rich and it makes you jealous. It makes you seethe on the inside. So you pretend to be angry. But yeah. This might be one of those unhinged days. A crime, wait, in a school zone? How dare he, right? But that doesn't mean that school was like in action. It could have been on like, it could have been like a weekend. It could have been like off season. 14-year-olds on the internet are smartest. Okay, Eve, keep thinking that. I'm angry because I kept sleeping during Moonson streams. That's what you should be doing. Moonson streams at unholy hours. In a Lambo? Yeah. I don't know if it was the one with the suicide doors, but and it's funny because he the reason why people were also mad is because in the video, he like blurred out his speedometer, but apparently his car is so fancy that you could see the speed on both sides of the dashboard, and he forgot to blur it on the other side so people could still see how fast he was going. And they kept calling him out for that. And then he like edited it and cut it out of the video. And then people were mad at him for cutting it out of the video. And then he apologized, and then people were mad at him for apologizing. It's just like, let's be honest. Nobody is mad because this guy was going really fast. They're mad because he's rich. Discovered your archives on YouTube. Words. Discovered your you on your archives YouTube channel. Hi, Mrs. Moonson. Hi, Bash XIII. Is that 3 I's? Is that 13 in Roman numerals? I can't speak. Welcome. Welcome. This is cursed. Somebody I haven't heard before did something I do on a daily basis. We must cancel this man immediately. Right? Hi, Master of Coconuts Meownin'. Huh? What? The doors are the coolest. I just close my eyes while I watch Moon. It's like I'm dreaming about her, so I don't actually watch, I listen. I have to think about that a lot. Let me think of... I'll come back to that. It's like she's right next to me. When does the trauma bonding start? Eve, soon, soon, soon. It's 13 and high. Okay, it is 13. Bash 13. Welcome. Meowning. Good meowning. Speaking of good meownings, good meowning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in to Love Talk with me, Mrs. Moonson. This is my daily talk show where a smitten little kitten discusses all things love, life, and anime, not always in that order. Today is Therapy Thursday, so I'm supposed to have you in the center of my attention, but instead, because I'm afraid of roleplay and ASMR, we're just gonna trauma bond today. That's the plan. Wah, wah, wah. If you're watching me over on the Kick side, here you go. Here's some Monero for free. You don't even have to pay for it. It's not Monero, it's Moonero. On the Twitch side, you're on my to-do list. I want to add some sort of channel rewards, blah, 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 blah thing, but I can't log in to Twitch on my tablet because I'm using a tablet to like read chat, and I refuse to update my tablet because I'm suspicious of of big tech companies that try to force me to software update. So, even though it's a security risk and I know I'm living life dangerously on the edge, I just don't want to update it. So Twitch was like, "You can't log in, Missy. You need to be using an up-to-date browser." I think it's because they want to serve me ads and they want to track my analytics. They want to know who I am. They want to know what I'm looking at, and I don't want to give them that information. So anyway, um, but in other news, I perhaps will be upgrading my system very, very soon, my setup, so I'll be able to actually like talk to you guys on the Twitch side. Wow. I join a lot of the VTuber streams and interact with different VTuber communities. What's that like? Feel free to recommend some VTubers to us. Isn't smitten the adjective version of smite, like getting slaughtered? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Nice schizo intel. Yeah, makes sense. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yay, Monero. Feel free to gamble your Monero away because, I don't know, at some point I'll add rewards. It's not going to be today, but it'll be at some point. Let's get this show started. We're going to start with an anime recommendation, then we'll talk about the question of the day, and I'll share with you all stories of my childhood trauma. Yay. Okay, so the anime recommendation today. It's kind of one of those healing, I think, slice of life. Some may call it boring. It's called Flying Witch. There's 12 episodes. I'll read for you the synopsis. Demi's donations finally contributed enough to replace the potato, says Jen. Demi's donations have finally contributed enough to help me pay my bills. But I was gifted, because I have a throne, you know, because VTubers have thrones. I was gifted a thingy, but I gotta, you know, I'll work on it. I'll let you guys know. I'm sure you'll know as soon as I upgrade. Okay, here's a synopsis for Flying Witch. In the witch's tradition, when a practitioner turns 15, they must become independent and leave their home to study witchcraft. Makoto Kawada is one such apprentice witch who leaves her parents' home in pursuit of knowledge and training. Along with her companion, Chito, a black cat familiar, they embark on a journey to Amori, a region favored by witches due to its abundance of nature and affinity with magic. They begin their new life by living with Makoto's second cousin, Kei, and his little sister, Chinatsu. While Makoto may seem to be attending high school like any other teenager, her whimsical and eccentric involvement with witchcraft sets her apart from others her age. From her encounter with an anthropomorphic dog fortune teller to the peculiar magic training she receives from her older sister, Makoto's peaceful everyday life is filled with idiosyncrasies of witchcraft that she shares with her friends and family. I'm not gonna lie, this is legit right up my alley. We have, yeah, I don't know. This is the life I want to live. This should have been me. It shouldn't have been her. It should have been me. I should have been the witch in high school. It's Kiki's delivery service, but better. Probably better. I haven't watched it yet. So what do you guys think on the kick side? Should I watch it or skip it? Watch or skip? Eve says, I wish I could donate. Shuglaw said, throne noted. Yeah, it's a thing. I'm pretty sure I have what do you call it? Commands for it. I think if you do exclamation mark throne, you can get a link, but I don't know what I put on there, to be honest. It's been a while. I made it once and then I never looked at it again until recently. You have a throne because you're a princess. Razor, don't you dare. If you call me princess, it'll go straight to my head. I'll start to believe it. I'll start to treat you guys like you're beneath me. I can't say I recommend any VTuber to anyone because everyone has their own taste and what they look for, but Moon seems interesting. Interesting is a good choice of word. My recommendation, Little Witch Academia. No explanation other than Studio Trigger Project. I need to watch that. I like the artwork. I haven't watched it though. She sure is interesting. Are you guys calling me retarded? You can be a witch now if you want. True. I have been no, I do my research. Don't get me started. Like I want to be a witch so bad. I Google it, but and I watch like a lot of videos and like I read a lot of stuff, but I actually there was like a period in my life for like several months where I would listen to this witch podcast every single day, but I'm still afraid of like casting spells and actually like being a witch because what if I'm too powerful? Anything can happen. If you like this sort of stuff, check out Little Witch Academia for sure. The Owl House is also great because it's cartoon, not anime. I am beneath you, says LDTGX. Well. Witches get stitches. You'll become one if you drink enough moon water. We should sell moon water. Razor, you're a genius. Okay, so in addition to the Mrs. Moonson Sleepy Time merch, right? Which includes a sleep mask, pajamas, socks, panties. What am I missing? What else is what else is in the set? We add moon water. We sell moon water. You can be a beautiful witch prince. Why are you guys being nice to me? I'm suspicious. Who replaced my moonies with kind people? Everything on Throne is so expensive. I'm too poor. It's okay, Eve. Wait till you can get a job. Moon brand panties. Right? Eve, think about it. Everyone needs underwear. Right? Hypothetically. And I don't know. I might not be the first, but I promise you, if I'm not the first VTuber to do it, I'll definitely have the cutest. If lonely men become wizards at age 30, surely you'll be a witch if you hit 30 and stay single. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Our spring water is naturally purified by the moon in the lake it comes from, and we've always been kind, WTF. We're always nice to Princess Moonson. True, you are nice to me. Eve, cut it out or I'll have to ban you. We're not This is a family-friendly stream. We don't talk about Legos for adults in this stream. Anyway, I missed the poll. I don't remember if you guys told me to watch it, but I think I'm going to watch it. It sounds good. Wow. Let's move on to the question of the day. Wow. I saw a few of you answered it already, but I forgot what you said. I'm not going to lie. Has being vulnerable in a relationship ever worked out in your favor? Is it a good idea? Do you think it's a good idea to share your vulnerabilities and share your trauma? Don't ban me, please. Okay, then behave. Nobody needs underwear. You're brainwashed by Big Undie. Oh no! They got me. It's the propaganda. They got me. I'm a sheeple. I'm a sheep. I thought I was a cat, but I'm a sheep, not the 1x1 piece for adults. I'm actually an agent of Little Undie, so don't call me out. Twitch removed it because it's been 20 minutes. Has being vulnerable... Oh yeah, you wrote it again. If you're a child, I'm gonna call your parents and have them wash your mouth with soap. Smart. I recommend. Anyway, for me personally, I don't think it's ever helped. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's ever been a time where I was like, oh yeah, really glad I told any person about my trauma. Even with therapists, I don't think there's ever been a time where I was actually, that's a lie. There was one therapist who's just like, she's so good. She's such a sweetheart that, like, even to this day, even though I haven't seen her in a long time, she felt like a mom to me. She felt like my mom. I got so attached to her. If you can be parasocial with someone you know in real life, I think I was parasocial with that therapist. I was obsessed with her. I'm not gonna lie. Not in a like I'm gonna stalk you way. More in a like I wanted her to be with me forever. Kind of way. This sounds bad. She was very, very kind. She helped illuminate a lot of things for me and like teach me how to, be a functioning human with emotions and not be so emotional all the time. Only relationship was with someone abusive. Uh-oh. You're a sheeple. The true and real clothing is nothing but a sundress. Me neither. I haven't been vulnerable in a relationship yet, says Jackie. Yeah. Um, Not really. I don't think I was ever vulnerable with any of my past relationships. It was mainly me comforting them. And I've never really told my friends about any of it, even my closest ones. That's their job, making you parasocial so you can open up to them. You mean making me parasocial so I could keep having my parents pay her money every week? Um, 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 um. You have been in a relationship, said Lee? Me? I've been in plenty. Therapists and psychiatrists are instantly seen as attractive by mentally ill people because they are the only ones who can actually understand how you feel. I guess. I don't know. There was one psychiatrist I saw when I was in college that I was forced to see because I was a sad girl, and he was more depressed than me. Seeing him made me hate his life on his behalf. I don't know. He was just a pill pusher. I didn't say much to him. Um there was no attraction there. However, my psychology professor, oh, if that man wasn't married with 2 kids, if that man wasn't married with 2 kids, I still would have been way too awkward to make romantic advances on him. But I did sit I did sit in the first row seat in the middle, like right up front and center. Anyway, my psych I can't do this chat today. Uh-huh. My psychologist complained about being bald too much, but my psychiatrist is nice. Being vulnerable made me a better partner with my latest ex, but also because of that, I had to focus on healing my trauma first, and we broke up. Aw, Jin. Jin. Aw. Moon, don't date your psychiatrist. I never did that. Wait, I couldn't do it because the age gap was too big. Anyway, in other news, what are words? Jin, you bring up a good point too. Like, after the relationship is over, all that trauma that you shared, it's like it's already there. It's out in the universe. And then what? Now it's like hopefully they don't tell your secrets. I guess. Um I'm sure he was like, "Wow, Moon sits on the front row again today. I don't think my marriage could last longer." As for being vulnerable, I have opened up to my best friend, my sister, and a mother figure I met. Aw, cute. Yeah, I'm not a homewrecker. That was a joke. My autism assessment is happening on Monday. Eve, I have news for you. The chances are significantly high that you are autistic because you know how I know? Because of the YouTube recommendation system. When you start watching VTubers, especially VTubers like me, you're gonna get recommended autism videos that are like how to tell if you have autism, 13 signs you might be autistic, um, how to deal with an autism diagnosis as an adult. Hi, Naz. Long time no see. Thank you for visiting again. Missed ya. Because you watch VTubers, period. Yep. She's a great person. I wish my baggage didn't cause her more anxiety in life, to be honest. Damn. So am I acoustic? Yep. You sound wonderful. I don't think I'm autistic. I'm just depressed. ¿Por qué no los dos? You could be both. You could be both at the same time, believe it or not. And I'm not, yeah, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't diagnose you. I'm just saying that given you're watching a VTuber, you might be. You might be. Hi, Cammy. Good meowing. They have great insights, help me overcome a lot of issues. It does feel like there's a knot in my throat whenever I want to open up. It's never easy. Moon, that's just you. My algorithm is still normal. Yeah. I don't know if it's just me. It could be either me or the types of VTubers that I watch. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's the types of VTuber content that I watch that keeps getting me sucked into the autism algorithm. So I started tagging my content with autism just in case. Not because I'm autistic. I'm not, by the way. I'm not autistic, but I think I'm a magnet for it or something like that. Like there's something in common with missusmoonson and autism. There's like an overlap. It's a Venn diagram. Everybody knows what a Venn diagram is, right? Also, have you guys heard that less than 54% of Americans have a reading level above like 6th grade? There was probably a better way I could word that. But in other words, something close to like 60% of US citizens. I don't know if actually I should have looked at the source for that. Because I don't know if they're talking about like all citizens or just like, you know, people old enough to participate in a survey. Like, I don't know how they got this number. But yeah, that's like a significant amount and it worries me. Wah, wah, wah. Luckily, I'm not American, says Eve. Neither am I. I'm from the moon. I started tagging my videos. Why am I? Oh, I did it after. It's not. I started tagging my videos after. Okay, I took YouTube's opinion as a suggestion. I'm gonna call the mother figure up for a date now. Bro is not in the 60%. A study with a pool of 30 people, right? Razor, do you know how much that triggers me? It triggers me so much every time I read a paper that makes some really bold claim and then the sample size is like 20. I'm just like stressed out. It stresses me out. I want to go to Moonson planet. I heard there's a lot of cat girls. Actually, this is tangential, kind of. It's related though. But this is that thing that I just said about being triggered by small sample sizes. That's part of the reason why I don't think big data is going anywhere. I think big data and the dissolution of privacy is gone because data is just so hard to come by. So if you can get away with stealing it for free or buying it, you know, it's very valuable. So, stream's over and we didn't even trauma bond. I'm not ending the stream yet. What's the point of living? I wish I had more interesting mental things. I'm so boring. What does that mean, Eve? Eve, you're a child. You have time. You got to grow. You got to grow and experience life and then you'll have things. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by interesting though. I prefer the freeway. Okay. So, I've read a lot of advice, like relationship advice, mostly on Reddit, that suggests that you should keep things private, especially as a woman. If you tell a guy that you have previous trauma, apparently he's going to treat you worse because let me think about how this works. Because he's going to see you as like less worthy or something. I don't know. I'm not saying I believe this, by the way. I'm saying that I read this on the internet. This is what I read on the internet. I don't know if it's true. But I've heard it also from men, not about women specifically, but just that like if you let other people know your weakness, their perception of you will change and then they will always kind of like see you in a slightly negative light. And it's weird because that might be true. That might actually be how like male brains work and I just don't know it because I don't have a male brain. Um but I would say if anything I tend to be the opposite where like Learning about someone's trauma definitely makes me more attached to them and more curious about them. It makes me worry for them, and it makes me more empathetic and more forgiving. It makes them feel more relatable and more human. But at the same time, yeah, and I don't know, yeah, I guess that's kind of a version of trauma bonding in a way, because I find myself gravitating to people who have issues, much like I have issues. And then I find people who don't have any mental illness or any history of like abuse or whatever, I find them impossibly difficult to relate to. And I tend to keep my distance because I'm just like, what can I have nothing to offer you except to bring you down. So you should continue to thrive over there, far away from me. But if you guys want, if you're like mentally healthy, feel free to watch me, I guess, and you can experience what life is like vicariously through me from the other side. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Where's the trauma at? You guys want to hear my trauma? Um, I don't know. I don't know what I should share. Should I talk about being neglected as a child? I read about how a lot of men see a woman as less desirable when they learn she got abused. You know, in that way, the primal brain is evil sometimes. Yep, yep, yep. Eve said share everything. I can't share everything because I don't think I'm allowed to. I literally just have the boring mental disorders that everyone has. Eve, Eve, that's not a competition. You want a rare mental disorder? Interesting. That doesn't work 100% of the time. What? Teenagers saying their life sucks, like their sample size of years isn't 15. Well, you know, in a way, they're right though, right? Because everything is what's the word I'm looking for? Relative, right? It's all relative to like your own life's experience. So I was absolutely miserable at like 11. I hated my life. I thought my life sucked. I wanted to end it, you know? Good night. I wanted to get myself a pod before I knew what pods were. But that's because, you know, those 11 years had a significant amount of pain. But then, you know, as I got older, more time passed and there was more like, in addition to pain, there was more neutral moments and more positive moments and experiences, and that kind of starts to balance it out and muddy the waters enough to make it worth sticking around. Reddit advice telling you not to do something because insert extreme example that's happened to one person one time. True, true, true. Reddit is very anecdotal, I agree. It takes strength to be honest. True. Most normal people will understand your trauma and be nicer to you. Schizos and freaks will not. I'm very biased on how they react to their trauma. Um, that's the whole point of Evangelion. If you watched it, don't share too much, Moon. I have, but I don't remember. If they are ignoring their trauma or just complaining about it every day without doing anything, it irks me. If they are trying to fix their problems or have fixed them, I fall in love. The resilience is really attractive to me. That's interestingly. Ah, I'm not, you're not allowed to fall in love with me. I'm not saying that you would, but anyway, um I tend to be in the camp of definitely trying to self-improve and fix myself. Enjoy your dinner. You're going to miss my trauma dump. Share what you want to share. Um 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 what? I don't know. I thought you guys would trauma bond with me. I thought you would be vulnerable with me. I didn't know that this is how this was going to work. I should have thought this through. There's something else I wrote in my notes that was interesting. And it's I wonder if this mostly refers to people with low IQ. I don't know what what was I talking? What was I thinking of when I wrote that? Huh. I think where I was going with that was maybe if you have a low IQ, you think that someone's trauma is like a stain on them as a person. And if you have a higher IQ or EQ rather, you can understand that, you know, people are more than the things that have happened to them. They may be impacted by them, but you know, stuff changes, yada yada. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down that road. No shame. Not to shame you, but BPD is one of the biggest red flags. NZ is not somewhere I'm planning to ever visit. Don't worry, I will never fall in love with you. Thank you. Probably related to Reddit. Also, I have tried dating a VTuber and my god, was it a mistake? Never again. Oh, I want the tea. That sounds great. That sounds awesome. I have not tried dating a VTuber yet, but you know what? I agree. Borderline personality disorder is a red flag. And at the same time, it's heavily stigmatized. And at the same time, there are empirically tested what you call it? Wow. Methods of therapeutic methods that actually work and actually have results. So, yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's more than I even know about. But if you're someone with borderline, two things help. One, definitely get therapy that's known for being able to treat borderline. And two, just keep living, because it turns out a lot of borderline behaviors do tend to naturally kind of cool off as life goes on. I guess it has to do with what we talked about before, right? Having things being relative. So the shorter the lifespan, the more intense all the emotions feel, maybe. And maybe the longer things go on, you start to kind of dull some of those senses or something like that. I don't know. This is just a hypothesis. Yes, higher IQ people understand more complicated things. I don't think it'd be a good idea to date a VTuber even if I wanted to. Did any of you guys watch that anime with the VTuber that was like an alcoholic? I watched the first 2 episodes. It was funny for the first 2 episodes. He is kept safe for the time being. It was fucking embarrassing. Did she shame you live on chat after you two broke up? Nah, but her friend circle was cringe. Okay, that's enough of that. What? I'll give you guys the quote of the day and I'll skedoodle. Because I talk too much. Wow. Nobody notices your pain, but everyone notices your mistakes. This is dark. I don't know why. Thank you to the Twitter manosphere, but this is like... I'm supposed to be healing the Moonies today. I feel like I made everyone slightly more depressed. And I gave you a super flashbang because I have a really dark background and this is like a very bright image. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's maybe not true, to be honest. If you have good people around you, who understand you, they will notice your pain. But I do agree, more people tend to notice your mistakes. Fewer people will notice your pain, especially if they don't know you personally. That just makes sense, right? So that's why, try to be kind to people if you can. Because, as the cliche goes, you never know what they're going through. And it's true. Wow. Let's try to reduce pain in people's lives. Don't follow my example. Do what I say, not what I do. And with that, unfortunately, I've got to go. And I'm very sad. I'm going to miss you. I miss you already. Why? I don't want to leave. But yeah, once I get the new setup, maybe I can consider more interesting or longer streams or something like that. But yeah, we'll have to see. Thank you all for spending time with me tonight. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow with Filler Friday. Have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. I love you very much. Bye. Bye-bye.